Hey everyone, and welcome back to the RoSolo Show. This is your girl RoSolo, the Phoenixx, rising radiantly, and you are tuned into the Tuesday edition of the RoSolo Show. Thank you again to all the listeners tuned in around the globe on Jano Radio, QMZ Radio, the Blend, Coffee Radio, the Flavor Radio, Harmony Radio in the UK, Vibes FM 106.1 in Gambia, Reggae Global Radio, T-Brob Radio Network out of South Florida, and of course, let me slow it down so you can hear me good. Of course, to all the listeners on the station igniting the airwaves, Phoenixx Radio. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, yes, yes. I know, y'all are ready. I know y'all want to hear the song. You know what everyone keeps telling me? I want to hear the song. It's coming. What's wrong with people? Be calm. Be patient. Be patient. But yes, tonight, let me get my interview music on. Hold on, y'all. There we go. So yes, tonight, join me for a captivating conversation is DJ SuperPEC. So let me just tell you a little bit about him first. I'll give him your government name, but don't write it down. Anyway, Omar Agard was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. Later, his family migrated to the borough of Brooklyn, New York. That's a whole island. They need to rewrite that, SuperPEC. It's an island. Anyway, as a teen, he became influenced by the legendary godfather of reggae radio, Gil Bailey. At the age of 17, he wrote his first song and created his moniker, SuperPEC. While attending Morehouse College in Atlanta, SuperPEC was drawn to the dancehall scene. He became a selector and founding member of Highlander Sound. DJ SuperPEC's talent expanded into broadcasting as a guest DJ on the city's longest-running Caribbean program, Caribbean Running. Shout out to Passport and Red Carpet Shelly. DJ SuperPEC, and I like this turntablism, also earned him the honor of being one of Atlanta's top open-format DJs booked exclusively through the multi-award-winning Atlanta Fever Entertainment. His love of songwriting never stopped, and throughout the years, he quietly wrote songs for and with other artists. Right now, SuperPEC is coming full circle with his decision to begin recording the 100 songs in his catalog. And it's the 100 of songs in his catalog, right? So tonight he's here to join me to talk about his debut single. Let me turn this down. Hold on, everybody. Hold on, I got it. His debut single, There She Is. It's the wedding song. DJ SuperPEC. Sir, how you doing?
I'm very, very, very well. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations in advance.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate it.
So, I just read part of your bio. And as it stated, you have hundreds of songs, right? Hundreds of songs. Why now? Why did you decide to release one of your songs, to record one? And I possibly you've been recording, but why now to the public? Why are you giving your gift to the public now?
Well, a couple of things happened. A couple of years ago, I had near-death experience, and a good friend of mine had said, Peck, you can't let the music die inside of you. You got to let it out. And that coupled with the fact of, when you learning that, when God gives you a talent, it's a sin not to use it. You've got to, take advantage of it, or you lose it in the worst way.
Right.
And so, and just the timing, something that I always intended to do, but there's other stuff I'm doing too. So, busy, just kept kicking the can down the road.
Right.
And then last year I said, you know what? Let's set a date. Let's say first quarter 2024 and make it happen. Or else I'm just going to keep pushing the can down the road. So here we are, and delivering on time.
On time, this Friday, the 22nd. There She Is, the wedding song. And Actually, you'll be hearing it tonight. Oh, you'll be hearing. I'm excited. I'm excited. So, of course, I have to do my interviews part. So, everybody, bear with me. You're going to hear if one SuperPEC, if one more person texts me a Simon, you're going to hear the song. You're going to hear the song. Just here's what I'm giving you time to do. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yes, that's all. RoSolo and SuperPEC are live on the station. We're talking. We're having a captivating conversation. It is the debut of his first single. I'm so excited for you. So let's talk. Let me ask you some questions. Let's get into SuperPEC's mind a little bit. Gil Bailey.
Okay.
Gil Bailey. What was it about Gil Bailey that inspired you to start writing music?
Well, it was what Gil was playing, as a youth in Brooklyn, teenager, and he is, I guess, my avenue to the music.
Right.
You know, if it wasn't a Stone Love cassette, um, or Kilimanjaro cassette, it was listening to Gil Bailey on the radio to get, my reggae fix. At that time, we weren't streaming yet, and so 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 radio was king, right? And you know, through Gail Bailey's program is
Mm.
we are first hear um the 45 singles of a Buju.
Yeah.
This is early 90s and the whole 90s energy, and the beanies, the bounties, the Capleton Sizzlers, um,
When dance
you know,
did nice, right? When dance did nice.
the, the great era of the 90s,
Yes.
good music, good times. And as a teen, that's me in there. So I'm listening to Gail Bailey's show, and then there was a particular song that came on. Then I said, you know what? I started recording the song. I hit, the record button on the cassette.
Right.
Then I sat down and counted out each line
Mm.
that the artist said in the song. And he said, this amount of lines, and then that was the hook. And then he said, this amount of lines, and this was the verse. And kind of got my first structure of what a song composition looks like.
And is that when so at 17 years old you write your first song, right?
Yeah.
Um I want you to tell us about that moment, but when you decided to put pen to paper, right? And I'm nosy. You know what? I'm very very nosy. I want to know the first song, the name, what the whole process. But so the 17 years old, you write your first song. And how did you feel when you finished writing that first song?
It was good feeling, accomplishment, but the thing was like, it wasn't just like the one, maybe I
Yeah.
wrote one that day and then the next one the next day.
Okay.
you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
It just once I got something in my mind that I wanted to say, it kind of flowed.
Right.
And, you know, at that point, I had still very limited experience,
Right.
right? And so, just in life, so not much to talk about yet,
Right. Right.
except as a teenage youth in Brooklyn, the pursuit of girls was like, the number one thing on the agenda.
Right. So did you know? So most of the songs are about pursuing girls. But did you know? Did you know, or did you feel at any point at that time that this is what I really want to do?
Um, I don't know if at that point I would
Yeah.
have said this is what I'm doing as a career
Okay.
at that
Okay.
point.
All right.
You
And
know,
then we come to the name SuperPEC.
yes.
At the same time, you have SuperPEC and you're deemed as SuperPEC. Why SuperPEC? Why did you choose that name for yourself? Why did that name choose? How did that name choose you?
So super is above average, all right, enhanced, and then the PEC is PEC, Pickney of the Eternal Creator, PEC. So child of God, and so super child of God is the moniker.
And at 17, you thought of this, sir?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. 17. Let's go.
17 or 16.
Oh wow, it gets worse. Okay, okay. The moment everybody's been waiting for. Here we go. There she is, the wedding song.
Yes.
Share with us the writing process. I've spoken to you, so I understand. Share with us the writing process for this song and your inspiration behind the song.
So the song was written originally about 14 years ago. And it's hard to really recapture all the process.
Right.
It didn't all come together all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Um, I it wasn't actually until this latest recording of it that I made some adjustments in the melody and on the hook, and so it was a slightly different um, prior to the release version, but the it was just I wanted to really describe
Yeah.
use all of my senses to describe a woman and
Right.
how she impacts you know each of one of my senses, and that was the original vibe and energy of the song. I demoed it probably about 9 years ago, and but the instrumental just wasn't right,
Right.
at that time. And so, with good music, every all good things, right? It, ripens on the vine, And last year, once I decided, okay, we're gonna do this, um, I said, what song in the catalog should be first?
I was gonna ask you that. How did you decide which song to
And well,
select?
this one came to me because it's the I want to say it's the cleanest, most PG, most wholesome. It's there's nothing derogatory in the song.
So you're giving them the clean side of Super Peck first.
I'm sorry.
I said you're giving them the clean side of Super Peck first.
Yes. As a stepping into the artist role, I wanted something that would have easy mass appeal.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
All
it's
right.
going to be hard to fight this one.
Okay, I got it. So Super Peck, I don't know how much time you have, but I'm gonna play the song. I mean, as you know, I closed out on the first on a few stations at 8. But if you have time, I'm gonna play the song, and I have a few more questions for you. It's very rare that I get to do this, so I'm taking full advantage of it. But before we move any further, before we do anything else, DJ Super Peck, will you please, for the listeners, introduce your new song?
Everybody tune in right now to the RoSolo show on Phoenixx Radio. This is DJ SuperPEC making a world premiere on the Phoenixx Radio with the first airing of
Woo!
There She Is, the wedding song on this station right here tonight. Please enjoy.
Here we go. What did I get? I got the exclusive debut. This is There She Is debuting on the RoSolo show. This is the debut single for DJ SuperPEC. There She Is, the wedding song.
She is, that woman's gonna be my wife, the love of my life.
Yes, yes, yes. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There she is, the wedding song. It's a reggae love song. It's a love song by DJ SuperPEC, written and performed by DJ SuperPEC. DJ SuperPEC.
Yes, ma'am.
So, beautiful song. Beautiful. I've always said it. Beautiful song. Beautiful song.
Thank you. Thank you
I'm very, very happy for you. There she is, the wedding song. So, as I said before, I'm gonna keep you, and I'm gonna ask you a few more questions on the other side of the break. All right?
Sure.
Because when you talk about the hundreds of songs. It really is something. And I just want to, dig into your brain a little bit more. But for now, I just want to thank all the listeners tuned in for the first hour of the show on the Quality Music Zone, QMZRadio.com, on Viscosity Blend, and on Coffee Radio. Make sure to follow the RoSolo Show on IG, Facebook, and the X, formerly known as Twitter. And make sure to follow Phoenixx, 2X's .radio on IG. We have another episode of the RoSolo Show happening this Thursday live on Phoenixx Radio and Flavor Radio. And I'll be having another captivating conversation with Dr. M, Lady M, Melanie Haynes. Dr. Melanie Haynes joins me, relationship coach, dating guru. I know I'm needed, so thank God. For now, the show continues on the other side of this break on Phoenixx Radio, Jano Radio, and the Flavor Radio. And we have more of SuperPEC. I'm going to play the song one more time for you guys. I'm going to play the song one more time. The official release of the song is this Friday, the 22nd. And SuperPEC, for the people on the first stations, just tell them how they can get access to the song this Friday.
But this Friday, as soon as you wake up, what you want to do, you want to grab the phone, all right? And you want to say, thank God for life. And then you're going to say, let's go to my favorite streaming service, whatever it may be. All right. And you're going to type in DJ SuperPEC. There she is. And enjoy the song to the fullest.
All right, it's very simple. Nothing else needed. And of course, all you have to do is search SuperPEC on all platforms on social media, and you'll find him. But for now, I'm gonna play the song one more time. Fire emojis. The song is hot. It's a reggae love song. More fire emojis, dancing emojis. Even in competition with Dexter Dops. I don't even get it. This is. I told you. I'm not one to say I told you, but I told you. So anyway, we'll be right back with more SuperPEC and the RoSolo Show right after this music break. Here is There She Is one more time. There She Is, the wedding song. It debuts this Friday, the 22nd. But right now you're hearing it exclusively, and I am grateful, and I feel blessed for that, exclusively on Phoenixx Radio and the RoSolo Show. Here we go.